Hello, everyone. First off, we'd like to make an apology.
I'm so sorry.
We forgot to put Mike in his bear costume at the end of the video last time. So here that
so cute.
all of you were like, where is it? So here that is right now. So it's Mike's treat time.
He's so
Oh my gosh,
cute.
my heart is literally melting as we film this.
Hold on, there you go. And put your hood back.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Kristen, literally, look at what you've created. The cutest little poog.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so Mike is trying his cheese and chicken nuts treats. Mike, are you excited? Do you want a treat? I can't get over the little tail. It's literally so cute.
Okay, gotta go sit, Mike.
Come here.
Make you sit. Oh.
Did I drop you something? Okay, ready? No, be nice. Here you go. That was very nice. Thank you.
Okay, there goes the bear. He says thank you, Kristen. Happy Tuesday.
Happy to welcome to Tuesday. I almost forgot for a minute.
I hope you enjoyed Mike in his little costume. He loves it so much, and he also loves those treats. So once again, thank you to Kristen for sending those to him.
The incomparable dancer.
Mike loves when you guys send him stuff, and a lot of times I like to send back little Polaroid pictures of Mike like using or consuming the things you send him. So Kristen, that may be coming your way. But if you saw the title, you know what we're doing today. We are going to be doing a 20 questions, question and answer. These are questions that we got on Instagram. They were actually asked on my account. So if any are worded like, oh, like you and Ryan, that's because they were like...
They were asked to specifically Jack.
Yeah. So we do have some very informative, good videos coming very soon. We just today do not have the time to put in the amount of effort we want to. Like we said, we want to make a Tradesy video coming up, but actually Tradesy's been having some weird...
The website's kind of glitchy.
It's been having some weird glitches the past couple weeks, and I don't want to put out something telling you guys to go use it when it's having issues. So we're going to wait until Tradesy figures its stuff out, and then we'll do that. But we also have a video that I think you guys are going to really, really like, and it probably will now be Thursday's video.
I think we did something similar to this a while ago.
But this one's a lot better.
This is more in depth, updated.
So we are gonna either call it like reseller cheat codes or reseller secret weapons, and they're different like programs, tools, etc. that we have found that have like really amped up our business. Like they make our job so much easier, so much better.
Help your life out a lot.
Yeah, and it's gonna be between 5 and 10 things. We're kind of like finishing the list and figuring out what we want to say about them.
Yes.
But you're not gonna want to miss that because I think it's gonna be really useful information. But today is 20 questions. There's a couple personal ones in here that I saw, and then most of them are like reselling related.
I love 20 questions. Did you ever play 20 questions as a kid on that little red thing?
Yes, I did.
I love 20 questions.
One time for Christmas, I got the little like. You used to buy it. It came in that plastic, that terrible like industrial plastic. The little like ball that was 20 questions, and it's like yes, no, and then the middle was like menu or something.
Oh yeah.
And I got that for Christmas one year.
Was yours red or was it blue?
Blue.
I had the red one.
And I played that thing with like all my relatives for like hours.
Oh, no,
and then every Christmas I would take it out again.
Yeah, no, we took it on like road trips.
Yeah.
And we did 20 questions.
These are not yes and no though. So this is like opinions.
Do we have simple, easy, medium, hard?
So Ryan has not seen them. No. I've like seen them as I wrote them down. And then a few of them I did answer on Instagram, but most of you probably didn't see that. So let's jump into them. And the first one is, how do you keep track of so much inventory?
Sometimes we don't, unfortunately.
So we have a spare bedroom in our apartment, if you do not know. We share one bedroom, and then it's a 2-bedroom apartment, so we use that as like the posh room.
That's what it's called.
We have clothing racks for coats and like bigger sweaters. We have shelves, plastic shelves for jeans, pants, bottoms.
We have like luxury handbags around there.
Yeah.
Our garbage can for whenever we throw away like labels and stuff. And I will say it's nice that we have the bedroom because there's already like a built-in closet.
Yes.
So we fully utilize but it's not very big. It's only, a little teeny closet. But there's a big shelf up there that we put like non-designer handbags or like handbags that we can kind of like pretty easily like put inside of each other. And then we have my coat section is in the closet because I don't do as many coats as Jack does.
Yeah.
So Jack gets we have the coat closet, the coat rack, and then like the bougie closet, which is kind of like an intermingling of everybody's expensive stuff.
But the main chunk that I'm probably assuming they're asking about is like everything else. So we both use, I feel like it's kind of like the reseller standard inventory system.
Yes, it is.
Where we put our items that are small enough into bags, like Ziploc.
Reusable Ziploc bags.
Like 1 gallon bags, whatever they are.
Yeah.
And then we put them into bins. And for me, my bins are labeled like A through K at this point. And then there are 30 bags in each. So in my listings, I put like A20, and that's the inventory spot.
Yes, I have done numbers. I'm a numbers person when it comes to inventory. When I worked retail, that is what I use. So that's kind of what I like grew up with, I guess. Mine there's 29 spots technically in each one, 1 through 30. And then, you know, so on and so forth. I think I just hit 360 inventory spots, which like, that's a lot. And then if I can fit it into a bag, I will fit it into a bag.
Yeah. And then shoes are in a bin.
Yes.
Okay, next question. How many active listings do you have, and how many do you try to have? So for me, I think right now I'm at like 850-ish, but I have a pile of stuff to get rid of soon, so it'll probably go down to about 800. And honestly, that's probably about for the next couple months where I'd like to be at. I'd like to be around 750 to 850. That's because we will be moving here in 2-3 months, and I need to scale down so we can move easier.
So
Once we move, my goal will probably be, I don't know. At this point, I don't know what it's going to be, but much higher.
Yeah. I have 574. I checked the other day. I don't know why I like remembered that. I'd love to be around 600, 650. That's kind of my like my sweet spot. I got up to like 800 something, like high 700s, low 800s, and I was like, this is too much.
It's not a huge bedroom, so.
No, it's not a big bedroom at all.
Question 3, do you prefer ring lights or box lights?
Box lights.
Yeah, so actually this question was actually what do you have, and we have both, so I changed it to what do you prefer. For photos, we're using a ring light right now. For photos, I 100% prefer box lights.
I love the box lights.
They're much softer. They come in, you should probably buy 2. They come in from 2 sides. Or honestly, even if you have 1, I still would prefer it over a ring light. Yeah. Ring lights are super harsh. And
yeah, you get a lot of really weird shadows with ring lights because it's not that much light coming from not that much of a space. Like a ring light's not that big. But then when you get a box light, you get this massive, so even if you have 1, like we only had 1 for a while, and I was doing this full time.
But it spreads the light.
But like, yeah, you definitely get like a lot more, it's a lot easier to get like real colors in pictures and like have your pictures not look like, you know, really shadowy, really funky looking.
Maybe if you had a really big ring light, like a big circle, it'd be okay. Also, I will say ring lights, the only thing I prefer is the storage is so much easier.
That is a blessing.
So if you don't have much room, get a ring light. If you have the room, I so prefer box lights.
Get a set of box lights.
Next question. How did you guys meet and how long have you been together? So we met through Tinder, which I feel like is the modern day like...
We met at the diner, you know?
We met in like the tower of a castle. Like,
how would I meet
throw your hair down. Like it's like the new like story that people have for like meeting. So yeah, it was just Tinder. We were going to school about 45 minutes from each other. So it was like right at the outside boundaries of whatever we probably set our radius to.
Yeah. Isn't it 50 miles?
I don't remember. And it has been 4 years and 5 months.
Oh, I thought it had been 5 years. 2017 to... Yeah, you're about right.
17 to 18 to 19 to 20 to 21, and then 5 months. So the next one. What designer is next on your bucket list? I'll let you go first.
Oh, I want to find Spell of the Gypsy Collective. Like, I don't care what it is. I just want to find it. I've checked off Love Shack Fancy. I've checked off all those, like, hippy-dippy, really expensive brands. I want to find Spell of the Gypsy Collective. And I want to find Parathis, antiques. Yeah. I got a couple.
So, if it was, like, one that if I'm allowed to say one that I've found before, I would also say Spell and Gypsy.
I want to find it so bad.
Or Self-Portrait. I technically have found Self-Portrait because I got it through, like, consignment arbitrage. But I'd love to thrift it at some point.
I want to pull it out of a Goodwill.
Yeah.
You know?
But if I had to pick a new one, Canada Goose. If you find Canada Goose, you're in so much money.
You just found like $500.
I would love to.
Oh my
And in
God.
Minnesota, you would think we would have at least run into it at this point. We have never. I've never even seen it at a consignment store.
No.
Ever. I've seen hats and scarves, I think.
Yeah, I've seen the hats. I've seen some Montclair jackets. We've run
Yeah.
into a couple of those. We haven't run into any Canada Goose.
Next question. Do
Unfortunately.
you do your own taxes or do you hire someone? So we have a nice tool called QuickBooks
Intuit
Self-Employed.
QuickBooks.
And actually, that might be one of the tools that we possibly talk about in the Reseller Up Your Game Tools Whatever
Yes.
video.
It's amazing.
So we'll talk more in depth there, but it's amazing. It's like having your own accountant and like being able to like yourself be your own accountant.
It's so nice. It's so handy.
I am an accountant, or at least I have a degree, but I'm not going to do all this by hand. I'm not going to sit here and like figure all this out
I'm
on
not
my
gonna,
own.
I'm not gonna sit down with my abacus, my little green visor, and my
Yeah.
cigar, like trying to figure out how much money I owe the
Tracking my
government.
own miles and stuff? Heck no. So we both use
Mm-hmm.
QuickBooks Self-Employed. So easy to pay.
I love it.
So easy to track miles.
Mhm.
It's amazing. Again, we'll get more in depth, but we like do it ourselves.
I was gonna say I don't hire somebody. I just talk to him.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about taxes. He does.
Somebody asked, how do you decide what to get to consign when you're at the bins?
Ooh, I love this one. Okay, so somebody asked me this like a while ago. I look for like mall brands, typically things that like don't retail for a ton, that are like cute, trendy. I look for like, really good patterns, really good styles. If it's like a pair of jeans, for example, are they like good quality jeans and not just like, I'm not gonna say Target jeans are good quality, but it's just like, is it a brand that isn't, like cheap, but not like I can sell it and make a little bit of money?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's mainly mall brands because
mall
we
brands,
can't
yeah.
sell them ourselves.
Mhm.
So, like Banana Republic,
Loft.
nowadays J. Crew,
Mhm.
Loft and Taylor, maybe White House Black Market sometimes.
Some Maybelline pieces, if they're not that interesting.
Yeah.
And I have noticed American Eagle jeans. I do love taking a good pair of
At
American
some-
Eagle jeans
some
to
of the
some of
places
the
take it.
places. Mhm.
Yeah, or even some that are like online, like Fashion Nova, some of them like to take.
Plato's Closets, do love.
Pretty
Not Fashion.
Little
Pretty Little Thing is
Thing.
one. Shein.
Yeah.
Any of the and obviously it's in the bin, so like none of it's very
Yeah.
expensive.
So when we find ones that are like that, we do kind of know what the newer labels look like for these
Mhm.
brands. Like, you can usually tell when it's an older label,
Yeah.
and that stuff you definitely skip.
Yeah.
So you get the stuff that's like really cutesy, like a really nice print, or
Mhm.
think about the season, because consignment stores
Yeah.
most often only take the season. There are some that will take off season,
Mhm.
but most of them want
They're like
current
transitional.
season.
Yeah.
So we pay attention to the season, pay
Mhm.
attention to the label, and then pay attention to like the cute factor.
Yeah.
And if it checks all the boxes,
Throw it in the cart. I will say though, whatever you plan on taking in, go in and just ask what they're taking right now.
or
that-
like shop around and like look at
Yeah,
what they
and
got.
just that's a really good one. Go into the consignment stores that you're planning on taking stuff into and see what they're marking up.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
proud of myself
there's-
thinking that. Good for
there's-
me. Look at
Didn't
me.
I just say shop around and you're like, wow.
No, you said shop around, but I finished the thought.
Okay. Yeah, but there's like one around here that they mark like Nike and Adidas really high, which normally you'd kind of be like, oh, like it's just
Nike, Adidas,
normal
the buckle
athletic
stuff.
But
those, like,
since I know they
jeans.
mark that up, I always grab that for them.
And they're thin.
Next question. How do you stay motivated to list? So I feel
Money.
like taking like the two parts that go into listing, the photographing and then the actual listing.
Mhm.
Photographing, I feel like is just very routine.
I love photographing.
Like,
I love it.
we are not ones who like, I do 10 a day. Like, when we get our stuff, everything gets photographed in one night.
Batch.
Batch,
what's it called?
thrift, or
You put
listing, whatever.
it's
I don't
something.
know.
You do everything in like big chunks. So whenever we go to the bins, if we need to wash it, we wash it right when we get home. We picture the stuff we need to. Like, it's the quicker you can do it, the quicker you can make the money.
Mhm.
It's kind of how I see it. So it's like, if I post something on Instagram, I'm like, hey, look at what I'm listing right now. Like, the quicker I can get it photographed, measured, listed, and sold, then like, this money in my pocket.
Yeah, so photographing is more definitely like routine. It's not like I need to be motivated to do it. I'm just like, okay, this is the first step. Like, let's do everything at once.
Yeah.
Also, obviously, like Ryan listens to music. I usually will watch like YouTube
Yeah,
videos.
it's fun. You can have like, have a beer at night
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
take some pictures of some stuff. It's kind of nice.
When it comes to listing, like actually physically like posting them, that's when I need like a little more inspiration.
Kick it a
I
bit.
do every once in a while
Mhm.
have what I call an e-death pile, where I have the photos taken, but they're just sitting in a folder on my computer, and I just like either forget or like avoid listing them.
Yeah.
Usually it's just kind of like I tell myself like, let's just get them all done with, and then I get them all done with. But yeah, sometimes it'll sit there for a while. I don't really like have a secret to like how I get motivated. I just kind of like every once in a while I'm like, you know what, I should probably catch up.
Yeah, I do. My mentality is like, so I am the kind of person where it's like I love to find information out about something when I'm listing it. So if I'm listing a Free People top, I'll look at the OB on my listing and then Google it and do whatever. If I can't find it, I'll just post it using keywords and like my little description, and then once I can go back and find the top, or like, you know, once I do end up finding it, I'll go back into that listing that's already listed and like input all the like if it has like a specific name or a style number or, you know, whatever.
Yeah. The next question is, how do you have anyone else working for you?
Mike.
So no.
We have Mike.
Neither of us have anyone working for us. I honestly, I would only do that if I got to a point where like I physically would have to.
Like if you moved into a warehouse, we'd hire an employee.
I'm such a like control freak over my own business. It's literally like my child almost. Like I don't want anyone to make any kinds of decisions for me. If I hired someone, it would have to be like to share, to
to ship, to put stuff away,
maybe like cross post, to do little things where like there isn't a decision involved. It's just like tedious.
Yeah, like putting stuff away. Like
I wouldn't want someone to take my pictures.
No,
I wouldn't want someone to ship for me. Like I want to control that. I want to know what's happening. I want to know how well it's packaged. I want to know if the picture looks good or needs to be retaken. I would be very apprehensive to hire someone.
Yeah.
What was your worst experience with a Poshmark customer? So I'm sure a decent chunk of you probably remember mine, and like I consider it my worst experience, even though it's honestly one of the funniest moments in my like Poshmark career.
But like, it's really funny.
I was selling a woman a Bottega Veneta wallet. She like offered me a really good offer, and so I took it. And all of a sudden, she clearly had buyer's remorse. She was just like, she asked some really weird question like, do you have like physical proof of authenticity?
Oh yeah,
like
she asked for like a receipt.
It was like I needed like physical, like where did you buy this? What date? And do you have the receipt?
That you have it on?
And I was like, well, I don't have that, but like I guarantee you that this is authentic. And she was like, so you can't guarantee it, so cancel now. And it was like really rude.
It was vintage too, so it's like even if we had the receipt, it would have been dust.
It was in such good condition.
It was like somebody bought it,
and it was like very clearly real. And so she was like, well, you can't prove it, so you need to cancel right now. And like then I was like, I responded to her, and she just kept getting pushier and pushier, being like implying I'm scamming people.
Not just pushy, she was getting accusatory.
Oh yeah, it was like I'm scamming people. I'm trying to like steal her money. It was just very accusatory.
Didn't she like accuse you of like taking her like credit card information?
Something like that.
It was something where she's like, you're gonna get into my bank and I'm never gonna have any of my money.
It was really weird. And then the cherry on top was right at the end. She was like, if you don't cancel this right now, I'm gonna call the police.
Girl, what are the police gonna do?
And I was like, I laughed so hard.
They got bigger fish to fry.
That was so funny. And so I actually canceled the order after she said that, not out of fear, because literally the police would be like, what are you talking about?
911 hangs up the phone.
So I canceled it just because I was like, wow. And I responded to her and said like, this is the craziest, funniest interaction I've ever had with another human being.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Or something. And then I just blocked her.
Mine was very conveniently on another designer wallet. I sold a Louis Vuitton. It was a Sarah Snap wallet to a woman. And she was just not a happy camper about it. I disclosed, it was kind of worn for a vintage item. It was from the I think mid 80s. And it had one main snap on the front, and I snapped it. We'll get back to that in a minute. And she gets it, and she's like, it won't stay snapped. Like, it's, it's broken, it's garbage. I think it's fake. Just pulling out every single, Kleenex in the box, trying to get a return case approved. And I was like, it's authentic. I have, paperwork and stuff for it. It did snap, and the only reason I remember that is because a week before she bought it, we filmed a video.
It was in a hall
where we were luxury things in our Poshmark closets, and I tracked the wallet down in the video, screen recorded it, sent Poshmark, because you can email them videos and stuff.
Contact us.
Yeah, I emailed them with my case number and all this other stuff. The video of me going tink, like snapping out while
and then you even like had held it upside down at one point and it did not.
Yeah,
unsnap.
well, so she in her little, bid for whatever was like, oh, it doesn't stay snapped, and held a picture of it like face down, like a picture this way, and then turned it upside down.
And unsnapped it and took a
and
picture
unsnapped it of the flap
open.
hanging open. And I was like, you're not Steven Spielberg, honey. You're not making any kind of movie magic here. So I got her with a YouTube video. So
that was funny.
One more reason why we make these videos.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, do you ever get discouraged or upset by returns? So I feel like that's kind of like a beginner thing, and I'm not saying it's like immature or bad or anything. I understand why it can be, but like
especially
at this point, it's like I usually just don't want to deal with people. If it's unfair, I can get kind of annoyed.
Yeah.
But you usually just like don't want to feed into it. Honestly, for the most part, I don't even like respond to return cases. I'm like, Posh will make the decision. They're not too much.
Me anyway.
There's usually not too much I can say to change the person's mind or Poshmark's mind.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like don't say anything.
Yeah.
So,
do they still do the thing where they like, here's $5?
They
like,
did. I don't know
if they still do that, but it's like if I read the case, I'm like, I just got a return on something that I listed as a men's item that was a woman, and she had a picture of her husband like stuffed into this little top, and it was like, that's my bad. That's on me. I'm sorry.
The only time I guess that I would get upset nowadays is when people come right off the bat accusing you of trying to trick them.
Oh my god.
Or that you're like running a sham business, or that you're scamming people.
Those people.
That is very
those people
rude and irritating.
Or I had one lady one time, she was trying to pull a fast one, and she just took a picture of like the empty box and was like, nothing's in here, like he didn't send me anything. It was like,
that'd be upsetting.
It was like, I did, but anyway.
Next question, another personal one. When and where are you getting married? So we're going to get married in Minnesota, probably somewhere around the city I'm from. And
in the fall.
It'll be October of 2022, hopefully. And at this point, probably. I feel like we're pretty decided. Not that we have a date necessarily.
No.
Or anything safe.
We got a month, which is better than nothing.
Yes. October 2022.
I'm so excited.
Would you ever do a Minnesota meetup?
Oh my God, yes.
It's so funny. Like 2 days before I got this question on Instagram, we were in the car and we talked about like how after COVID it'd be so fun to do a Minnesota meetup.
To just like go get a cocktail.
Like we all go to the bins, or like we all go to a Starbucks or something.
Chat. That would be so.
So yes, once we're like able to, I think that would be really cool.
So fun.
Next, what kind of panel would you want to speak on at PoshFest?
Ooh. That's a really good question. What would I want to do?
That's a good question. Maybe something involving like social media and YouTube with Poshmark and how it like boosts your business, I guess.
Yeah, I would want to do,
or maybe if there was one that was about like the luxury market on Poshmark, that'd be interesting too.
I wanted to do, so Denali did this. Johnny Denali and, I can't remember the third girl, did a panel where it was like how to source, and they brought in all this like stuff from Goodwill, and they had to look through it, and I remember everybody was just like, I'm just gonna take it home.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what I wanted to do.
That was kind of weird.
That's what I want to do. That was fun.
Okay, we have 6 left. We'll try to power through these. What Posh feature do you find most useful?
Oh my god, the details.
I would say offers to likers. Remember the days before? I'm like, how did I make any money?
Yeah, I'm like, how did I do any of this? I love offers to likers.
I literally am like if you watched an old What Sold Saturday, that would be before they even had that feature. I'm like, how did we make that many sales without offers to likers?
I don't know. I wonder if like, as a buyer, maybe Poshmark sent something out that was like, here's what can happen.
Maybe the expectation just now is there of people like, I'm going to get an offer, so I'm not going to like make one myself. I don't know.
I love offer to likers, and I love the details in that bottom section where it's like, like
secret details.
Yeah, well, it's like, okay, so I can't remember anything, so I put like my cost of goods in there. It's super nice to just have it when I'm doing my taxes, and I can just like have my item, have what I earned, and then take off my little cost of good. I don't have to like, dig through my sift of a memory to figure out how much I paid for it.
Does Ryan use the RealReal as well?
I do, sparingly.
Very not often.
I'm not good at the RealReal. I'm trying to get better. I am starting to send them in more stuff, and I am starting to like learn more brands and learn. I
remember Ivy and Blush was like, "How can Ryan not use it when he's literally engaged to you?" And I was like, "That is such a good question."
I do, and I only take it as site credit.
What? Oh, this is a tricky one. What item did you undersell that haunts you? I honestly don't know if I could answer this. That's
I do.
Tricky.
I know.
What?
I was at Goodwill in Des Moines. I remember the entire experience like it was yesterday. I found a new tag Tory Burch keychain.
Oh, yeah.
So cute. It was a little purse charm. It was a little tote bag. So Tory Burch had the T on it. Beautiful blue calfskin leather, Tiffany blue interior. And I sold it for, I think, $20. And it was like a $200 keychain.
Unfortunately, I don't think I can think of anything. I'm sure if I like scrolled through my sales, I could, but like that's a tricky question, and maybe someday I'll get back to it.
And it was $1. It was 99 cents.
That would haunt me too.
It haunts me.
I can't think of anything, which is probably a good thing.
It really haunts me.
Next, do both of your moms resell also? So Debbie, my mother, does like somewhat. I say that as she has like a ton of inventory.
I was gonna say, I think she has more than you.
She has a ton of inventory, but like she doesn't have all the time, so it's like she doesn't share super often. She doesn't like relist. Like it's not like she's like so into like.
She's not at like our level.
The active like putting effort into it, but she does have like a lot of stuff listed.
Yes. Janet does not.
She's posted something to Marketplace.
No, she has me post it to Marketplace. Yeah. She says, Brian, will you take pictures of this and put it on Marketplace for me? I was like, yes, Mom.
What were you doing before reselling? So I was a Walgreens employee in college, and I was attending college, getting an accounting degree, thinking I was going to become an accountant, and then I graduated and my business was already like taking off, and so I didn't apply for an accounting job. I just stuck with this.
I was a Plato's Closet employee. And then I was in college, and now I go to art school and education school, and I love it, and I do this.
Yeah, before reselling, Ryan was like in high school. I was in college when I started, so I was a college student before reselling.
I've been doing this since I've been to college. Wow. 4 years.
And the final question. What brand do you pick up to flip that you personally do not like? I would say like Eileen, but like I don't even pick up Eileen.
I don't pick up Eileen Fisher. I pick up her velvet pieces that do really well, and that's it. That's
another like good question, because usually it's like I stick to that old like classic reseller saying of like sell it if you like it. That is kind of.
But it's also like I want to make money, so you know I don't care if I think this is the ugliest thing in the world. She doesn't, and good for her. Probably like I'm gonna say like J. Crew. Like a J. Crew kind of Madewell moment. Like, they're not my favorite to get. Even though, like, I do love a good Madewell sweater.
Yeah.
You know?
I honestly, again, I'm not super sure on that. Like, yeah, I'm not like a super big fan of like mall brands. I guess if you ever see me selling anything that's like teen, I don't like that stuff at all. Like if I have Fashion Nova listed, if I have
or like a Garage, like an American Eagle,
or American Eagle, Urban Outfitters, sometimes anything like that, anything you'd find in a Plato's Closet, I do sometimes sell them, but that is so
mine's kind of like the more boring, like Vince. Oh my God, put me to sleep. Like I will say, beautiful quality clothing, beautiful materials, but like Theory, probably. But like Theory, Thyskin Theory. It puts me to bed. It's so boring.
Yeah, so for me, I guess it's like teeny bopper brands.
Mine's
or,
like minimalist.
Or like anything that would work on Depop. That is so not my taste.
I still haven't made a Depop sale. I'm just going to say it. But I'm hoping that 2021 brings me at least one.
And that is the last question. And we're going to go now because actually we're filming this right before I'm about to do a Clubhouse meeting with Ivy and Blush. If you haven't heard of Clubhouse,
get on it. It's fun.
Suddenly it has burst onto the scene.
Like earlier this
in the past like 72 hours, everyone suddenly has one. I think it was a thing before, but like now it hit the reseller community and everyone like wants to use it.
But it's so fun.
It's like live podcasts where you can ask questions and talk with people. So it's kind of fun.
You can ask loud questions, which I love.
It's kind of fun. And I'm going to be doing a RealReal one today. It's not like recorded, so I can't like link it, but so this really doesn't do anything for you guys, but if you haven't heard of it, you could look it up and check it out because we do them every once in a while and we're going to be doing them every once in a while.
They're very fun.
And be sure to subscribe because like I said on Thursday, there's a really good video coming out in my own personal opinion, and it's going to be the reseller tools that'll like bring you to the next level. Secret weapons.
Yes. Love them.
And that's all that we have for you today. So thank you guys for watching, if you made it all the way to the end, as usual, and we will see you on Thursday.
Goodbye.
Bye.